This is where I go every Friday to get my gold chains and find clues.
Lies, commingling with the truth. I don't wear gold chains, but these days I'm definitely digging for clues. When you're being followed, you've got to keep everyone guessing. Just found, just discovered, an amazing collection of documents pointing the finger at U.S. senators involved in the incident known as the Long Island Goo Spew. Senators having hired the ex-government scientists to concoct the most terrifying weapon. Now this blew my mind. How could those who were elected by the public want to turn on the public and eliminate them from the planet? How could this be? In this day and age, such a diabolical scheme. How could it draw air and exist? The senators must have been motivated by an extreme lust for power. It more than likely had a lot to do with feeling left out, perhaps. Maybe their family lives were going down the tubes and they needed something to preoccupy their minds. It's better to work on some nasty idea than to dwell on, oh geez, my life is falling apart. At least you have an evil scheme that's being generated to give you something to do. Now, I'm aware that that's a very lonely theory, but think about it. That scientist who had concocted the toxic hooch and willingly distributed it to those unsuspecting train riders, he must have been extremely lonely. He didn't have anybody. He had been let go from his job. He was distracting himself by doing this terrible thing. But he was doing something. Now this stopped me in my tracks. Once I realized what loneliness could do to somebody, even if they were brilliant. Loneliness begats loneliness. It breeds. And because of loneliness, unsuspecting partying train riders were reduced to goo-spewing fiends, spitting out acidic fluid that ate through skin, destroyed muscle, disintegrated bone. My thoughts turned to those young women who were aboard that fateful train. One surviving, the other not. Stacy, the good time loving gal from Long Island, and also from the same town, Laura, who made it through that night. I have a feeling that both of them were extremely attractive in their own way. It's just a feeling. I bet you Stacy was a handful, expecting the princess treatment 24 hours a day from her slick boyfriend Rick. But as long as she dressed the part, that would more than make up for those irritating nights. Tight is right. And then there's Laura, who is, I think, the type of individual who was way too independent to ever expect a man to provide her with happiness. But if she had the brains of a genius and a smile that could light up a dark room, well, that certainly would balance out her loner side. Eventually, I'd find a way to catch up to her. If we ever were to have crossed paths, I have a feeling I probably couldn't help myself. In my mind, I can hear the voices of those heroic couples who were riding the rails during that time of chaos and terror. I bet you Rick didn't know how nice he had it with that ultra vixen named Stacy. 'Cause I gotta tell you, folks, it sure beats walking the streets jabbering to yourself. Where are you, Stacy? Talk to me.
I'm here. I'm okay.
I'm okay too, babe. Stay where you are.
I love you.
You don't have to say that right now, sweetheart. We're gonna be okay.
I mean it. I really love you. Even when you're the world's jerkos to three.
Come on, Stacy. Makes me sound like something from Taco Bell.
You've always been afraid that I would never say it. That I would never mean it. But I'm telling you right now, I mean it. I love you and I always will.
Stacy, I love you too. You drive me crazy in good ways and bad ways, but you drive me. That's what counts. And I guarantee that the hero of the night, Tim Tarahebi, received quite an injection of inspiration from that angelic presence known as Laura. I gotta go back.
No. You just think you need to go back. It's dangerous. It's stupid to go back there.
I can't just sit here. I can't just sit here and listen to that. Those people need help. You should stay. You should probably stay. You wanna wait here?
I'm not staying alone. I'm just saying. If we go back there, we'll be killed. I'm somebody's daughter. You're somebody's son. And for us to throw it all away, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
My life is changing so fast that it's making my neck hurt. It's as if I've received a higher calling, if you will. Because a guy like me can't be an unlicensed private investigator forever.